5살짜리 소년이 맛있는 길거리 음식 냄새를 쫓아가다 불행하게도 길을 잃게 됩니다. 길거리를 헤매다가 버스를 타기도 했지만 결국 이 소년은 미아가 돼 경찰의 보호를 받게 되죠. 1978년 서울 노량진에서 있었던 일인데요. 44년이 지난 지금 이 소년은 당시의 기억을 최대한 붙들고 가족을 찾고 있습니다. 여러분이 도와주십시오. 한국보건복지부 산하 아동권리보장원과 미주중앙일보가 함께 만들고 있는 Looking for Mom Together의 최인성입니다. 73년생인 오성민, 성 페돌레스키, 오성민 씨는 78년 5살 때죠. 길을 잃은 뒤 가족을 찾지 못해 결국 미국 입양길에 올랐습니다. 그리고 지금 그는 한국의 부모님을 비록 시간이 많이 지났지만 간절하게 찾고 있습니다. 내년에 쉰이 되는 성 페돌레스키 오성민 씨를 스튜디오에서 만납니다.
So, hello, my name is Christopher Podlewski. I currently live in the United States. I work as an electrical design engineer. I am married to a beautiful wife and 2 beautiful kids that we had. I am a Korean adoptee. When I was about 3 years old, I was adopted by a white family, and life's been pretty good, pretty typical, but there's always been this thing, you know, like New Yorkers call it, this thing that can't be filled, and that's why I'm here today to address that hole that's always been there in my life. No matter what successes I've been able to achieve, it seems as though that this is still the most important. Well, my earliest memories is waking up, I'm going to guess early in the morning. It was kind of dark out still. You know, it seems as though everybody was sleeping. The sun started coming up, and I find myself staring at a metallic double set of doors with a lion face on it and a ring coming out of the lion's mouth. And I saw some activity through the crack of the 2 doors, and that interested me, so I pulled on the lion's thing and allowed myself to walk outside and follow a food cart. And from there, it seems as though I spent about a couple days just kind of wandering around, looking up at adults here and there, you know, trying to figure out where I am. I don't remember feeling too much fear or too much anxiety, other than probably trying to just get back home at this point. And I have strange memories of, you know, adults, such as a bus driver, asking me, "Where do you live?" And here I am, probably 2 or 3 years old, on the streets of Seoul, Korea, saying, "Seoul." And I remember everybody kind of chuckling, you know, because that would be funny to me too, if I saw that. Eventually, I met a older gentleman that, luckily for me, steered me off the streets and into an orphanage in Korea. And I was adopted shortly after that by an American couple living in New York State. Well, unfortunately, I don't know the name of the police station, but my wife does. She's been doing a lot of the paperwork and the background verification and checks.
So you were lost in Noryang-jin and you were found and admitted to a Dongjak police station, is that right?
No, thank you. Yep, that's what she found out.
I have some of the pictures that right after you were admitted to, I believe, Seongno-won?
Yeah, those are the pictures that we got back from the orphanage.
Is she just a caregiver or is she the foster mom?
I don't have too much memory of her other than a negative association that doesn't ring good. So going back to the original, I haven't left the doors yet, so in my mind, that's where I live. I couldn't really tell you, if it's a traditional house or an apartment complex or anything like that. It's just that the most I knew at that point is this is where I live. And I was made to understand by what I believed to be either my father or my grandfather. And I was made to understand that my mother was sick and that she currently was not in that building and she was in some other place like a hospital. And I don't know why I was told this. I just have this memory of being told this. It has no other bearing other than that's in my head. I forgot the smell until I was an adult here in the United States, and I was in Chinatown or Koreatown in New York City.
You got this smell.
Right. And all of a sudden I smelled it.
Did you try to figure out what the smell was about? Mm-hmm. What kind of food or?
It was these little treats that you have on sticks. And I think in the old days it was an insect based, but now it's not, with candied on it. And I have no idea why I like that smell. Years later, while I was bored at my job one afternoon, not that I would do this a lot, but I looked up what that was, and it turns out that long ago in Korea, they were originally, for nutrition and diet factor, bugs that they were roasting, and then they were candying them. I've been through the American late 70s, the early 80s, all the way through the 80s and the 90s. I tell you, the 80s was the greatest decade here in this country. And the music was great, there was intact morals and stuff like that still, but that's politics. What was it like? It's a unique experience when you don't look physically like everybody else in a school system of 1,200 kids in your graduating class, big school system, so. And there was only 3 Asian kids in my entire high school. My older brother, myself, and my younger sister. And we were the 3 adopted Asian kids, and everybody knew that. We all know the bullying factor that happened and all that. And I literally my brother and I had to fight. It was a different era, it was a different time. The book Outsiders kind of describes what it was like for my brother and I. But to the credit of Koreans, we won our respect through hard fights and fists. It was a different era, like I said. And that's how I met my beautiful wife now. To me, it is the only way that I feel connected to my people and my heritage and my culture. And it's the only thing that I was taught by my adoptive parents when they sent me to Korean language school. I promptly didn't want to learn Korean language at that point in my life. I didn't want anything to be having to do with Korea at that point in my life. But Taekwondo, for some reason, stuck. And over the years, I've learned what it is, the little that I know, to be Korean through Taekwondo. This is, for people like me, this is a bit hard question. I can't believe I'm getting emotional again. But yeah, I mean, if I had the opportunity to even have a visual contact, retina to retina, with my own mother that gave birth to me, and being a father of 2 kids now, I think I would say, I hope you didn't suffer nearly as much as I had to. And I hope that if this moment is real, it's a dream that I don't want to end. I don't know how to convey to you other than what you see now, fairly composed and put together, a strong husband, wife, engineer in this country. It's plainly evident that no matter what you attain in life, you can't buy this. And I think that, you know, being face to face with my mom, I would want to know that she didn't suffer the way I did. And I would want to know that her life turned out okay, like mine did. And that she found strength like I did. And she found happiness around the whole, the best we could, the way I did. I hope that you became as strong and happy as I did. And that you didn't have to suffer the way I did in order to reach my happiness. I'll stop here because, you know I'm just going on at this point.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I need to have some kind of a lead. I'm not a wealthy person. So because of that, I need to have a lead that is reasonable to chase. And then after, some kind of a verification, yeah, I'll be on the next flight over. It is not a very common thing in today's time for human beings to want to help another human being without coin first. And so to NCNC, I'm forever in your gratitude. And I'm very thankful that I'm given the opportunity by pretty much strangers to help me find my parents. To me, that's almost a miracle in of itself, and it makes me proud to be a Korean.
크리스 성 페들레스키, 오성민 씨의 이야기를 여러분 들으셨습니다. 오성민 씨의 실종 상황을 들어보면 참으로 안타깝고 가슴이 아픈 점들이 많은데요. 아이를 기를 수 없어 포기해야 하는 상황도 아니었고요. 부모님과 가족이 분명히 있었는데 입양의 길에 오른 것이죠. 열악했던 시절 70년대니까요. 이 시절에 아이들이 실종되는 일들은 종종 있을 수 있었지만 좀 더 사회적인 시스템이 촘촘하게 갖춰졌더라면 이런 생이별은 없었을 텐데 하는 안타까운 생각을 다시 하게 됩니다. 1978년 노량진에서 길을 잃었던 오성민, 크리스 성 페돌레스키, 오성민 씨를 여러분들 혹시 알고 계십니까? 혹시 보신 적이 있으신가요? 혹시 이 소년의 집이나 당시 살고 있던 노량진 동작구 인근을 알고 계시거나 또 성로원의 당시 상황을 아시는 분이 이 영상을 보신다면 저희에게 바로 연락을 꼭 주시기 바랍니다. 저희는 앞으로도 한국의 부모와 가족을 찾는 전 세계 입양인들의 이야기를 여러분들에게 계속 전하겠습니다. 이 영상을 보다 많은 분들이 볼 수 있도록 퍼뜨려 주시는 것이 여러분들이 해 주셔야 할 일이고 그렇게 해 주시길 기대하겠습니다. Looking for Mom Together는 아동권리보장원과 미주중앙일보가 함께 만들고 있습니다. 저는 다음 영상에서 여러분들 다시 만나겠습니다. 감사합니다.